What if I told you your thoughts aren't always your own? That every decision you make, every belief you hold, might not have been your choice at all? Because right now, someone somewhere is using dark psychology against you. It could be your boss, your friend, your partner, even a stranger you've never met. And the worst part? You won't even realize it's happening. Dark psychology is the art of manipulating the human mind, bypassing logic, exploiting emotions, and controlling behavior. The people who understand it rule the world. The people who don't are ruled by it. So, the real question is, will you learn how the game is played? Or will you continue being a pawn used, deceived, and controlled? The shadows of the human mind. To understand dark psychology, you need to understand one thing. Humans are not rational. They think they are. They tell themselves they are. But deep down, their minds are filled with weaknesses. Fear, desire, guilt, greed, loneliness. Dark psychology exploits these weaknesses, turning them into weapons. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's science. The science of influence, persuasion, and mind control. And once you understand how it works, you will never see the world the same way again. Why dark psychology works, and why it's so powerful. So why does dark psychology work so well? Because the human brain is predictable. It follows patterns. It reacts to emotions. It makes decisions without realizing why. There are 5 core tactics that make dark psychology so effective. Let's break them down. Tactic number 1, manipulating emotion. Most people believe they make decisions based on logic. That's a lie. People don't buy things because they need them. They buy them because they feel something. People don't follow leaders because of facts. They follow them because they feel inspired. And that's the key. If you control someone's emotions, you control their actions. Anger, fear, guilt, excitement. Trigger these feelings, and people will do exactly what you want. Tactic number 2, the power of fear. Fear is the most powerful emotion of all. Why? Because when a person is scared, they stop thinking rationally. They will believe lies. They will obey orders. They will surrender their freedom just to feel safe. Governments use fear to control people. Media uses fear to keep people watching. Manipulators use fear to make you dependent on them. Once you make someone afraid, you own them. Tactic number 3, guilt and obligation. If someone does you a favor, you feel like you owe them, right? That's human nature. And that's what makes guilt such a powerful weapon. After everything I've done for you, you're really going to say no. If you cared about me, you would do this. I sacrificed so much for you, and this is how you repay me. These words trap people. They make them feel like they have no choice but to obey. And that's how manipulators turn guilt into control. Tactic number 4, the illusion of choice. Most people think they have free will. But here's a secret. If you control the options, you control the decision. A parent asks their child, "Do you want to do your homework now or after dinner?" A salesman says, "Would you like to pay in cash or credit?" A leader tells the public, "You can either support this policy or watch the world burn." Do you see it? The choice isn't real, but the person feels like they made their own decision. And that's why it works. Number 5, isolation and dependence. A person who is alone is easier to control. That's why toxic relationships start with isolation. A manipulator will cut you off from friends, family, and support until you only have them. And when someone has no one else, they will do anything to keep the person who controls them. This is how cults operate. This is how abusive relationships thrive. This is how people lose themselves. Because once someone believes they need you, they will never leave you. The dark side, when psychology becomes dangerous. Now, you might be wondering, is dark psychology evil? The answer, it depends. Because dark psychology is a tool, like fire, like a knife. In the wrong hands, it can destroy lives. But in the right hands, it can protect you. That's why understanding these tactics is so important. If you don't know how they work, you will always be a victim. But if you do, you can defend yourself. You can recognize when someone is trying to control you, and you can take back your power. Because at the end of the day, the most dangerous person in the world is not the one who manipulates. It's the one who doesn't even realize they're being manipulated. So, now that you know the truth, what will you do with it? Will you ignore it? Or will you open your eyes and start seeing the world for what it really is? The choice is yours.